All right, I believe we are live, and yes, we are. All right, what's up, guys? It is Frankie here. This is our live reaction to Robert Saleh's New York Jets introductory press conference. As today, Robert Saleh becomes, I hope I'm saying that right, Saleh, becomes the 18th head coach in New York Jets history. If you throw out all the interim coaches, there have been 4, and 2 of them were Bill Belichick. Yeah, we go through the history since 1960. It's been Sammy Baugh, Bulldog Turner, Webb Eubank, Charles Weiner, Lou Holtz, Walt Michaels, Joe Walton, Bruce Coslett, Pete Carroll, Rich Kotite, Bill Parcells, Al Groh, Herman Edwards, Eric Mangini, Rex Ryan, Todd Bowles, Adam Gase, and now Robert Saleh, the 18th coach. And yeah, is that all of them? Yeah, okay, fine. That was all. Saleh coming in from the San Francisco 49ers. He was their defensive coordinator for the last 4 years. Before that, he's been a defensive assistant at Michigan State, Central Michigan, Georgia. He was a defensive intern and then a defensive quality control coach for the Houston Texans. He was also then their assistant linebacker coach. He was then the defensive quality control coach for the Seattle Seahawks. He was then the linebacker coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. He has really risen up the ranks here in the NFL over the last 20 years, and it has culminated with him becoming finally a head coach. He was a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 48 for the Seattle Seahawks as their defensive quality control coach, and he was the 2019 nominated AP Assistant Coach of the Year. He is also an historic head hiring. He's the first Muslim head coach in NFL history. So that is an historic accomplishment there. And we'll be covering, what's up, Pete? Yeah, Jared, nice to see you, man. So yeah, we will be covering his press conference here. We'll be showing it here on the screen as, hopefully I can get this to work. Hold on. Let me see this. Again, the computer just froze. Okay, I gotta work on something here, but we will be showing it to you here in just a couple minutes. Again, about 15 minutes, we should see the press conference. Let me see. Okay, yeah, there it is. It's working. So we'll show that to you. Couple questions here for Saleh here, and obviously it's been a rough, tough 2 years for the Jets. Adam Gase set the franchise back, but it was an awful, terrible coach. We're all happy to see him go. Now we bring in Saleh, and the New York Post has a couple questions for him today. And the New York Post brought up an interesting parallel that 12 years ago on this day, Rex Ryan was hired as the head coach of the New York Jets, and he was faced with questions about his quarterback because they had to move from Brett Favre to what were they going to do after that. And now, Robert Saleh, 12 years later, is the day after Inauguration Day, and it's the exact same way. I good to know you got the notification. But so we're going to have the biggest question for Saleh here today in about 15 minutes. And again, we'll show it to you. We'll react to it live. The biggest question for Robert Saleh is, what is he going to do with Sam Darnold? What does he like Sam Darnold? Does he trust Sam Darnold? My guess is he's going to give an answer of, I haven't seen enough of him yet. I like his demeanor, I like his personality, something like that. He'll be very non-descriptive. He's not going to say, oh, we need to get rid of Sam, or I'm all in on Sam. But that is the big talking point here. That is what Jet fans want to know. What does he think of Darnold, and is he the future of this team? I would guess no, but yeah. Will he call the defense? Obviously, being the defensive mind, is he going to be the defense? How is he going to do calling the offense? What is he going to be doing there? And also, the New York Post wants to know, how far away are the Jets from being a contender? I say like 5 years. I say 5 years, and a lot of changes need to be made. But it's been 10 years since the Jets have made the playoffs. It has been 10 full years. Like, Jet fans are sick and tired of, you know. Okay, I'm back. It's been 10 years. Jet fans are sick and tired of waiting and waiting and waiting. They want answers now. They want a coach now. They want a coach that'll lead them to the promised land. Jets need a new coach. Adam Gase was horrible. Well, yeah, we all know that. And so I am curious to see what is going to happen here with the Jets and how they're going to move forward here with Saleh, and how far away are they? I feel like there's still questions here. And then the New York Post also, and by the way, I'm reading all these questions from the New York Post. They had a list of questions that they want to be asked of Saleh. There's also some questions for Christopher Johnson. How is the organizational structure going to change? What is going to happen there with how that's all going to work out there? Because since 2015, the Jets have had the head coach and general manager both report to the owner, rather than have the head coach under the GM. So is that going to change here? Is Douglas and Saleh going to be on the same page? Why this time? Why this guy? We heard 2 years ago Gase is the right guy for the team. Why this time is different? And also the big question with the Jets, when is Woody Johnson coming back? Woody Johnson, we believe Woody Johnson term ended yesterday, so we assume that he's coming back here to the Jets. But we do want to know, is he coming back, and when is he going to take over the team again? Because is it going to be Christopher? Is it going to be Woody? Who's running the team now? And then also for Joe Douglas, what's he going to do at quarterback? How aggressive are the Jets going to be in free agency? They have more than $70 million in cap space to spend. What are they going to do about Deshaun Watson? And then how much will Saleh have in personnel is another question there. The Nets got embarrassed last night. That was a bad loss for them. I don't know if they were embarrassed. I mean, they hung in there, but you should beat Cleveland with that quartet of guys. And Sexton was on fire last night. He really delivered, getting those points up. So I would expect. I think the Nets will. The Nets are going to turn around. This was just a bad first game here, but yeah, we will. So a lot of questions here for the Jets here coming up in about 10 minutes. A lot of wondering what's going to happen with this team, how they're going to move forward. I mean, I will say this: 2 years ago, depression from Jets fans. It was, gosh, why Gase is an awful hiring. Almost every Jet fan that I have seen here on social media that I've talked to seems like they love this hire. They absolutely adore this hire. And I like it too. I'm not in love with this hire yet because I want to see where this goes. I want to see what Saleh does. But I feel like this is about as quality of a hiring as you can get. He's going to say Sam was the guy and it's going to be BS. Yeah, that's probably it. The Colin Sexton was shooting lights out. They came back, but they should have beaten the Cavs, but they blew it. They should have too, but they had their chances late in the game. They couldn't. Durant had a chance to win it there at the end. Couldn't get it done. But yeah, the Nets will figure this out. The Nets have a lot of time. So, hold on. Let me just get rid of all these here. So we're waiting on the conference. It's going to be about 8 minutes. Also different from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was a Zoom press conference. This will be more of or 2 years ago, I'm sorry, it was a regular press conference. This will be a Zoom press conference. So it's a little bit different there. But of course, COVID. We don't want we don't want the spread we don't want the spread to even get more out of hand than it already is. Don't need to do anything unnecessary. So there will be a lot of questions and concerns going forward here. But again, I like Saleh. I think he's a quality coach. I like what he did for San Francisco. Took him to the Super Bowl last year. This year, the defense was still great despite all the problems and injuries they had. What's up, Caleb? I'm not worried about the Nets. They'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not worried either. So I'm not concerned for the. I'm not totally worried about Saleh, but again, I mean, I after 1 year, I was buying into Ben McAdoo. Like, I had a nice feeling about Pat Shurmur. So sometimes you don't know. I mean, and I wasn't sold on Joe Judge. So sometimes you don't know with head coaching hirings. I mean, who thought Bill Belichick would have been the greatest coach ever when he got hired in New England? I mean, Mike Krzyzewski had a rough start at Duke. I mean, Nick Saban, that hire turned out well. I had a source that I trust saying Watson prefers Jets. Jets have to offer something Texans can't deny. I mean, that would be nice, and the Jets do have the cap space. So Miami can also. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Miami getting Darnold and Miami getting Watson. And I still don't get it because even though Watson is a great quarterback, are you really giving up on Tua after year one? After Tua had an okay first season. It wasn't all perfect, but he showed a lot of promise and potential. Duke has been looking terrible. I'm just talking at the beginning of his career. I mean, the Nick Saban hiring worked out. When Nick Saban got hired at Alabama, people were like, home run, this is a great hiring. And it turned out to be amazing. As Nick Saban has now become the greatest coach in the history of college football. So, I don't know, man. I want to believe in this, but I get it. It's new players. No, yeah, of course. And it's a weird year. I want to believe in this Saleh hiring. We're going to hear his press conference. I'm going to guess he's going to win the press conference. I really like the Rob Saleh hire. The Jets defense could be scary soon. You know what? You want to help out the offense? Make the defense better. You want to help out the offense? Make it feel like that they don't need to score that many points. I mean, it's nice to score points, but if you can have the defense limit them to 10, 14 points a game, 17 maybe even, then the offense should be in pretty good shape. Solid Texas don't really like Tua, and Dolphins will keep Tua next year. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Duke lost 2 straight to Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh. Yeah, not ideal for Duke there. Yeah, looking at the chat right now, again, it's a lot of excitement in the again. Adam Gase was disaster. Never should have been hired. It was a complete joke. This might work. Even if it falls over and over, he was better than Gase. Gase wanted Bell down. Yeah, Gase was a complete joke, and they gave the whole franchise to him. He had done nothing in the Jets organization, and they gave him complete total control. They said, all right, we're getting rid of our GM. You can pick the GM. You get control now. And it turned out to be a disaster, and the organization has just an awful, awful 2 years. So, maybe this time will be different. maybe I've done these head coach conferences every year of talking about the team's press conference. I've done that every year. I did a press conference the year Gase got hired. I did one last year when Joe Judge got hired. I've done it here now. Yimmy, what's up? I do all these press conferences for all these different coaches. It's crazy. So I should point out again, do you think Eric Bieniemy deserves a head coaching job next season? Yes. For what he's done with Kansas City? Heck yeah. I don't know what he does on defense. I really don't care, because if you can coach offense like that, then I have confidence in you. So 100% he should be getting a head coaching job. I wish the Jets had got him, but whatever, I also should point out, if you are new to this channel, I don't think I see any new people. But if you are new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this every single week. And thank you guys, by the way, in my subscribers. Thank you guys for the support yesterday, announcing the new channel that we're gonna have. Again, I don't have. It's in the early stages here, and I wanted support from you guys, and you guys gave it to me. So it looks like we're gonna be going forward with this. Don't have an exact date for when it starts, but we will be getting it done here. Really, probably within next month. Probably in February or March, we will have the new channel. Because again, why I have 6,000 but only 10 people show up to streams? Because of just the way the channel's structured. The way, again, most of my videos, most of my viewers came from NBA best moments to remember videos, NBA highlight videos. They're not coming to my live streams. But that's why I want to start a new channel, because even though this channel has been a success, I'm trying to start a more driven channel that we can have more consistent people show up to the live streams, so we can have more people show up. We can have more subscribers like that. More like-minded people in the same place. A cult, if you want. No, I'm kidding. But no, this is not a cult. I'm not in any way, shape, or form a charismatic leader. But the point is, yeah, we're trying to get a more passionate fan base in here. And your fan base is great, but I would like something a little bit more passionate. It's just the way my channel is set up. It was just a bad setup. I've enjoyed doing my channel, but it has not been set up perfectly. So, but I'm hoping it'll change here. And again, I was 20 when I started my channel, so I had no idea. But now, 22. I have more of an idea of what to do and how to get going here. So, but yeah, that'll be fun. Thoughts on the Steelers signing Dwayne Haskins? Is that rumored? I guess that is rumored. He's visiting with the Steelers. Look, this is the land of opportunity. If you've earned if you show forgiveness, you earn a second chance. So yeah, I'm fine with it. But I do have questions about him. But I don't know if he's the guy to replace Ben, though, but we'll see. Bills or Chiefs? I took Kansas City on Monday. I'm going to stick with that. I just give up on the Jets and go diehard Giants. I can't. I got to do both. Want to support here. So we're still waiting here. About 2 minutes until the press conference begins. Let me just get one more, All right, so yeah, I'm trying to. You guys may have heard that, but I was trying to. So yeah, we'll have this. I don't know how loud it's going to be. I hope it's loud enough, but we'll try to get it to you. I think you should have a Yankee channel like Yankee Recaps. He has a great channel. I did check out Yankee Recaps. He was one of the inspirations for me deciding to do that. Yeah, he's great. There's a couple great Yankee YouTubers out there. Love to be doing what they do. But yeah, we'll be Joe's McFlies. Obviously, John Boy does a lot of Yankee stuff. So those are kind of the ideas. Those are the people that kind of gave me the inspiration to be doing what I'm doing now, which is hopefully full-time Yankees. And again, it separates everything. It's everything. The goal here is hopefully eventually to have a channel for everything, a channel for Yankees, a channel for this, a channel for that. We're talking too much about the Yankees, but I was going back to yesterday. But yeah, today's about the Jets. And again, for the first time in a while, Jet fans have a reason to be hopeful. They have a reason, not since they drafted Darnold, have Jet fans been this excited. Have Jets fans been this hopeful. So let's see. Well, if Patrick Mahomes plays, then the Chiefs will win. Agreed. I mean, the Bills, it's nothing against the Bills. I just think that the Kansas City offense is just a little bit better. Mahomes is better. So, yeah. I'm just expecting it to be better. Yeah, there's a lot of talk. Watson! There's a lot of get Darnold out of here. I'm looking at the live chat right now, and yeah, there's 2,000 people right now watching the Jets show. Not 2,000 people watching this show, but 2,000 people watching the Jets show. So, yeah, we're gonna try to cover it here. But again, there's so much enthusiasm for this. And he seems like he pumps guys up on the sidelines. So I think there's going to be a lot of celebration over this. And I mean, again, got Jet fans pumped up. The question is how long is it going to go? How is it enough? Will Will he be the saving grace here for the Jets? I don't know, man. I don't know, because again, sometimes with head coaching hirings, it's random. All right, waiting again. We're still waiting on the Jets here. Seeing nothing yet. Again, I'm hoping that you guys can hear this well. I think you will. Yeah, we're just waiting. We're just waiting. Well, it'd be great to see you. It'd be great to do some collabs with other YouTubers. Yes, that's the goal. I would love to do some collabs with other YouTubers. Because I realized this. I'm fine on my own. I feel like I would do much better. And when I did sports radio classes, I feel like that would be better. Everybody hit that like button if you're breathing air. Thank you, Caleb. I feel like I do a lot better with like collabs, which is weird because I've not done one collab in 2.5 years of being on YouTube. Maybe I'm just scared to ask. I don't know, but you know, we'd love to be able to do some collabs with some YouTubers, especially some Yankee YouTubers here. And, yeah. Let's see where it goes. We're waiting. We're waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. The excitement from Jet fans, man, it's contagious. It's contagious. They've wanted this. They've been begging for this. Begging for something new, something exciting, something fresh. They got it. Defensive mind. I mean, my ideal coach would have been Harbaugh. I know he stunk at Michigan, but he was my ideal coach because considering how he built up Stanford and how he built up... Was it Stanford or Utah? No, he built up Stanford. The way he built up the Niners and the way he started to build up Michigan. I feel like if you want a coach who can right out of the gate get you to near the top of the mountain, I feel like Harbaugh is the kind of guy to do that. But I feel like... But yeah, he's definitely since the whole... How do I put this? Since the whole Michigan debacle, he's not been looked at as like this great coach, which I think is kind of unfair, but he is stunk at Michigan. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh yeah, he's been great. No, he's stunk at Michigan. I will 100% give people that. Am I mispronouncing his name? No, I'm not. Okay, Robert Saleh. Okay. All right, we're still waiting here. Jets still need an O-line. They do need an O-line. They need an off. O-line's important. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Do we have a new report here? The Eagles are hiring Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni as their head coach. He spent 3 years as Chiefs assistant coach, 5 seasons with the Chargers, and the past 3 with the Colts. Now he becomes the lead man in Philadelphia. And the Steelers, by the way, are planning on signing Dwayne Haskins today. If all goes well, a deal will be worked out, and Dwayne Haskins will be the head coach of the Jets. Or not Dwayne Haskins, sorry. I missed that. Dwayne Haskins will be a quarterback here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, in terms of head coaches that we have here, in terms of the coaches that got fired, are all of them filled? Okay, so Dan Quinn. Hold on. Dan Quinn got. I don't think we have a. I don't think we have a Falcons head coach yet. Oh no, I'm sorry. So Dan Quinn got replaced by Arthur Smith's the coach of the Falcons. Dan Campbell's the coach of the Lions. We still don't know who the coach of the Texans is. The Eagles just hired that guy from Kansas City or whatever. The Jets hired Robert Saleh. The Chargers hired Brandon Staley. And the Jaguars hired Urban Meyer. I do not like the Urban Meyer hiring, by the way. I don't trust that's going to work out well for him. The one coach that has not been hired yet, the one opening still left is Houston. So we've not confirmed yet who that's going to be. I mean, it looks like they want Eric Bieniemy, but yeah, it seems like they're still taking their time here. We're waiting. Jet fans are like, come on, like show it to us already. Come on, let's go. Where's this press conference? Let's go. People saying, did he quit? Why is it running late? Should have hired McDaniels. No. I'm actually really excited about getting a new starting quarterback in Pittsburgh. I wouldn't trust that yet. I wouldn't trust. Oh yeah, they're gonna fire. What's his name? I'm not confident that Ben's gone yet. He might be he's definitely the backup right now, but I'm not confident that Ben is going to be the that he's gonna take over Ben right now. I'm not confident about that yet. It would be hilarious if it's like I have resigned as head coach of the New York Jets. That would just be the finishing touches on this awful year. Yeah, Texans, the last team without a head coach. Robert Saleh, Urban Meyer, Arthur Smith, Brandon Staley, Dan Campbell, Nick Sirianni. Oh wait, is that it? Yep. All right, it's live. I don't know if you guys can hear that well, but hold on. Let me. Where's the settings here? Oh wait. All right, he's live. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm gonna try to raise the volume here on my computer. Yeah, Robert Saleh is live. Even Mahomes, the Bills still have a good chance to beat him. Finally, all right. I'm trying to raise the volume here. Hold on. All right, Christopher Johnson's now speaking. All right, Christopher Johnson saying we conducted a thorough interview, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Already better than what conference it was. Already better than Gase's. All right, we're getting close here, folks. We're getting close to my sound working. Christopher Johnson right now is still speaking. So yeah, don't worry right now. We're still waiting on Christopher Johnson. He's talking about how good of a leader Saleh is and how much he shined to the press conference or everything. So.
Thank you, Christopher. I want to start off by thanking the Johnson family as well as Joe and Jaime. Really appreciate this.
All right, here's Saleh. Here he is.
Everything that we've been able to communicate throughout the weeks. I also want to take this time to thank the 49ers family. The York family has been giving me the opportunity and so thankful for what they've done for me in my 4 years there. I want to thank the Shanahan family, Kyle, Mandy, and Mike Shanahan for the opportunity they also gave me and the support they showed throughout those 4 years. The players, the coaching staff, everybody that's been involved in this journey from the 49ers organization, I can't thank you all enough. I also want to take this time to acknowledge my family with regards to my parents, my siblings, all the different family members back home who've helped me throughout this journey. I haven't done it alone, and I couldn't have done it without you. I do want to recognize my wife. She's the rock that I stand on. She is the heartbeat of our entire family, and without her, again, there's no way that I'd be here today. To our players, myself and the entire coaching staff are beyond excited to work with each and every single one of you. We're going to do this thing together. To our organization, get used to the mantra, all gas, no brake. When we talk about all gas, no brake, we're not talking about effort on the field. We're talking about the process at which we do things. We're talking about the way we prepare, the way we wake up every single morning, the way we rehab, the way we communicate, the way we speak.
I want to run through a wall.
Cannot
Folks.
tell you enough about how excited I am to work with this entire Jets organization and understanding that when we wake up in the morning, we will all, from top down, step on the pedal and find a way to get somewhat better than we were when we woke up. To our fans, we embrace your passion. We embrace your expectations. We cannot wait to go on this journey with you. Please understand, we understand that we have a lot of work to do, but make no mistake, that our goal is to win championships.
Thank God.
And so again, I cannot wait to get through this journey with all of you.
Seems like a good goal.
It's going to be an exciting time, and I promise that you're going to love what y'all see.
Thank you, Coach. At this time,
All right, let's get right to the questions.
Q&A portion. As a reminder, please use the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen to be added to the queue. You will receive an on-screen notification to unmute your line.
The queue.
Please state your name, organization, and who your question is directed to before asking your question. Our first question comes from Brian Costello.
Brian Costello, the New York Post, I believe.
Ryan Costello from the New York Post. I had a question for Christopher and one for Robert. Christopher, I guess go with you first. You said you were open to changing the organizational structure. Will you guys change the structure, or will Robert and Joe still report directly to you?
That structure has changed.
All right.
Joe will report to me. Robert will report to Joe.
All right. See, that's how it's supposed to work.
It seems
Head coach to GM to
me, a
owner.
simple way to do
Thank you.
things,
Jets
but
already
honestly,
off to a better start.
Really changes. We have a very good communication already. I don't think that that's going to alter things here all that much, truly.
Gosh, his voice sounds awful.
And then
His voice sounds like
Robert,
death.
My question for you is just the Jets have lost 57 games in the last 5 years, 35 in the last 3. There's been a losing culture in that building for a while. What is your plan for changing that?
I understand that with regards to the what's happened in the past. You know, what we do challenge everybody is to really judge us on moving forward. You know, when you look at the plan and what we have in playing.
Look, the plan has been awful, okay?
Offense, defense, special teams,
The plan's been
and
terrible.
the mindset at which we're going to do it. There's an investment that's going to be made to one another, coaches to players, players to coaches, organization to everybody, and there's an investment that's going to be reciprocated.
He is so much more charming than Gase. It's not even funny. Gase is a wet mop. This guy at least got some personality.
How we prepare for meetings, how we take the practice field, how we're deliberate in everything we do will lead to the results that you'll see on Sunday. It will take time, but everything we do is going to be designed to win championships in the future. And so when we talk about all gas, no brakes,
Oh, me? Sorry.
that mentality, waking up in the morning, putting your foot to the pedal, and having that mindset, again, go to bed better than when you woke up. That's the mindset we're going to have. And again, we are very confident that's going to lead to championships.
See, I want this as opposed to Adam Gase just floundering around.
Hey guys, Connor Hughes with The Athletic. I got kind of a two-parter, one for Joe and then one for Robert. Joe, I don't think you and Robert have worked together in the past, so when did you kind of realize that he was the right coach for this job and kind of willing for you to go with somebody you didn't necessarily know beforehand? And then Robert, I was wondering if you could address Sam Darnold and what you think of him as a player and his potential future with this team.
Connor, do you want me to go first or Coach Saleh? I'll go first. I'll go first. In terms of Coach, you know, this was a daunting task to with this search. I feel like it was all hands on deck mentality, and you know, just working in collaboration with Christopher, with Jaime, our staff, our football ops staff. You know, we really canvassed the
I want to know, is Woody going to have any more,
kept
is
coming
Woody going to
back
have anything left to do with this team? Or is that it?
how great
Is Woody done with the rest of this? Is Woody done with this team? Woody's like, yeah, Christopher, it's your mess now.
Our criteria.
I'm curious.
And
I
what
want
we're
to know
looking
here.
for in a coach, he checked all those boxes: the integrity, the passion, the ability to connect. So getting an opportunity to meet him for the first time, it just confirmed what everyone had said about him.
With regards to Sam, all
right, let's see about these Sams.
My experience would be I could talk about the way we game planned back earlier in the season and studying Sam and trying to come up with a plan when we played the Jets. And what I can tell you about with regards to Sam is that he's got an unbelievable arm talent. There's a reason why he was the number 3 pick in the draft.
It's because the Browns couldn't take him at 1, and they were smart.
Motion. He's mobile. He's extremely intelligent, and like he's tough as nails. His reputation in the locker room is unquestioned, and so just that in general, there's a reason why he was the 3rd pick in the draft, and you can see all those qualities on tape and around the building and the way people speak about him.
I mean, he's right. He's right about the regards that there is talent with Sam. It just hasn't been.
Our next question
It hasn't been fully developed yet. We haven't
Robert,
seen. It
Dennis
hasn't been fully developed. He's spoken nicely of Sam, but
when
what I
you
expect.
left the facility
you know.
after the in-person interview, at what point did you know that this was the place? I know in your statement you said, you know, as the process went, it became clear to you that this was going to be home for you. When did that kind of hit you, and when did you know that this was the fit for you?
You know, throughout this entire process, you know, I come from a very tight-knit community. where it's all family. Everything is so tight-knit, the way people communicate, the way people have each other's back. And so going through this process from Zoom meetings and then having the opportunity to meet Christopher, meet Joe, meet Jaime, I mean, it felt like I was back home. It felt like I was talking to the people in my community. There is a sense of togetherness. There's everybody is communicating. There's a collaboration. There's a sense that everyone has each other's back, and there's a sense of family, and which is very, very important to me. And so when I left this building, there was nothing more than I wanted more than to have a call back to get back here. I've always believed that it's the people that make things work. It's the heart and the humility of individuals.
What's up, Blake Nona? Good to see you.
There's no question going through this process with Christopher, Joe, and Jaime, that's what they represent. And when you have people who have that mindset, who have the humility, who have the heart to do what's right for the organization, it's really, really hard to fail. So really excited to be a part of this and for them to put me into their circle, and I'm excited to get to work.
I mean, again, he sounds like
Next up, Rich.
true Jet Cat coach already. He sounds like he loves this organization.
Yeah, I have a two-parter for Robert.
You wouldn't say he hates it.
From ESPN. Robert, just following up on Connor's question from a moment ago, you spoke glowingly of Sam. So my follow to that one is, do you plan to make him your starting quarterback going into training camp?
You know, there's a lot of things that we have to do moving forward. You know, we're just getting the staff into the building, so there's so many things that we have to do from an evaluation standpoint with regards to the entire roster, not just the quarterback. To give you that answer right now would not be fair. There's a lot of discussions that need to be had with Joe's staff and obviously himself, and so to give you that answer right now would be a bit premature.
So yeah, he's.
Part two is it, Robert? How much say will you have into
I
personnel?
mean, he flat out said Sam is not guaranteed the starting job here in 2021.
So everything.
So yeah, that's probably an indication that Sam's gone.
With regards to our communication with Joe and his staff, you know, whether or not who has control all those different titles, what's been made clear is that Joe and his staff want to be collaborative and they want to communicate at all levels. And so every conversation that's had, obviously, with the staff and with Joe's staff, there's going to be a lot of discussions. There's going to be a lot of different things that are talked about. And so obviously Joe will always have final say, but I really, really see it in the way he's communicating. I think when you communicate at the level that will be had here, who has final say is irrelevant.
Sam's gone, right?
Comes from Pat.
Sorry, hold on. Sam's.
Hi,
Oh,
everybody.
gosh,
Pat Leonard from
get
the
the light
New
up.
York Daily
Sam's
News.
gone, right?
This question is for Robert. Robert, you were on a team that was not long ago in the Super Bowl, so you know what talent looks like. How close do you think this Jets roster is to being a winning football team? Do you think there's patience in your
Not close at all. Let's see him lie. He's gonna be like, I don't know, we're not close at all. I wanted to honestly say we are not at all close. Say that, Robert.
Was part of your alignment with the organization and with Joe, maybe how you're going to use such a premium draft
Gosh,
pick?
sorry guys, just the lights.
You know, when you, like I said before, there's a lot of things to dissect. You know, you can look at all the reports and read things, and obviously we game planned against the Jets earlier in the season. There's a lot of things that have to be done in the coming weeks to really kind of give you an answer to where exactly we are. I do believe that there's a lot of talent on this roster. How those different pieces fit to the schemes that we're about to deploy is going to be decided here in the coming weeks. But like I said, you know, there is a collaborative effort being made, and obviously starting with Christopher Johnson and how he wants things to be run. And so time, all that stuff.
I would just like one coach to
it's
just
all
say like, we're garbage, we're a terrible
it's about
team.
the communication
Gosh, sorry,
and doing
gosh,
things in the
come on.
best, to the best of our ability with regards to
Sorry guys, the
the
light is like
organization,
really like.
and really giving our players everything we can
There we
to
go.
help them be their personal best every single day. And so
The light's
that's
not great
the focus
sometimes, I
right
gotta
now. Whether
stay
there's
here.
time,
Sure of that.
where we are now, it's all irrelevant because as we move forward, everything we do from this day forward is to win championships, and so those things will kind of reveal itself as time goes.
And you'll reveal probably 0 championships.
Bruce Beck, you have the next question.
Hi, Bruce Beck, NBC4 New York. Robert, welcome. Gary Kubiak, who has played and coached in this league since 1983, said of you, people want to play for him, they want to work for him. My question is, why do they want to play and work for you?
Man, You know what? I'll tell you what. In my heart, I do believe that there's a respect level with regards to how things get done when people are trying to do things together. Sometimes there's that notion of coaches coach, players play, and I've never taken to that notion. I believe that coaches and players are in this thing together. I believe that the investment that coaches put into players has to be the equivalent of the investment you put in your children. I mean, you got to invest everything you have in your heart and in your soul into those players because they're relying on
Sorry
you
guys, the light's not great right
be
now.
their absolute best so they can showcase their skills on Sunday. I think when players feel that investment and they feel that you're giving them everything you have, I think they can't help but reciprocate that investment and invest back in you as an individual. And so when you get that investment reciprocated and you got investments on both sides, it becomes personal. And when it becomes personal, it becomes very, very, very special. And I think that's the environment that we're trying to create here, to where everybody in the organization is investing in one another. Because like I said, when people invest in one another, you connect on a personal level.
I do like
and
this
that
press
personal
conference, but it
level,
is a lot of the
that
same
connection
coaching
is
platitudes
made.
that we normally see.
You just feel like it's a responsibility.
And that's
not
not
to
a criticism,
let
it's
that
just,
person
you know,
down. And so,
you always just fall into those, just how every
that's,
coach does.
That's kind of the mindset. That's what we want to create here, and it takes a lot of work to be able to get to those points. But again, there's trust involved and all that too. So hopefully I answered your question, but that's just how I see it.
Our next question comes from Mark Canizero.
Hey, Robert. Mark Canizero from the New York Post. Welcome to New York. I have two questions, one for you and one for Christopher. I'm going to ask Christopher first. If there was a moment, Christopher, during the interview process with Robert, whether it was on the Zoom or the face-to-face, that just made you decide that this was your guy, and what is it about him that you feel is going to lead this organization forward?
Well, it was a slow build, I got to say. It wasn't a single moment. We knew a lot about Robert before we met on video, but everything we knew was reinforced, everything built up, and we knew we had someone special coming into the building. And when we met,
I gotta ask, by the way, is that a background or is that like a real logo there? I'm guessing that's the real logo, but it could be a background.
We had our coach. Once he was in the building, we still had to go through a process, but it wasn't one thing. I wish I could tell you, but it's so many pieces coming together. The connection with
Gosh, he's so
Joe,
boring. He's so boring.
The shared vision. This is going to be a special place going forward.
And Robert, if I could follow there, when you met the Jets and Christopher, obviously it was during a part of the interview process where you were, if we're to believe the reports, there were you had a lot of options, and I'm curious as to what it was about the Jets and maybe what you got out of Christopher, what your impression was that made you make that decision pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'll go back to what I mentioned earlier. When you meet people and you talk to people, you can't help but feel authenticity.
This guy sounds like he could be a leader in a locker room.
So
He sounds like he could motivate guys. I will say that. Adam Gase, I don't buy that at all. I feel like this guy could.
It didn't happen until I actually walked into the building.
Like, I feel like Joe Judge could do it with the Giants. I now feel like this guy can do it with the Jets.
And
Gosh,
the way they
why is it
interacted
that
with one
the
another and
lights
just
always like?
observing them,
I'm in the dark here. Where's
and
I need
how they
a.
interacted back with me, and there's that entire circle of communication, and you can't help but feel that connection. And so, like I said, when I walked out of the building, I was like, "There's no doubt this is home." There was no doubt in my mind. It just felt like home. It felt like I was back home talking to my high school friends. I mean, it's home. And so, to go into definition on how to explain that, the best way I could is it's like talking to family. And so like I said, I'm excited to be here. So, and I'm just humbled that they allowed me into their circle.
Our next question comes from Tina.
Hello, Robert. Congratulations. It's Tina Cervasio from Fox 5 New York. And I do have a question for Joe after this, but I'd like to start with you, Robert. You do already sort of have a tie to New York, although it is a tie to the tragedy of 9/11. It was your brother's survival. Read a lot about the story, how that really started your journey to football, and it was 20 years ago. So if you could just share how that moment, if you feel it does connect you to New York, how it does, and how, 20 years later, your first NFL job is with a team in New York. If you could just share a little bit with that with us.
No, absolutely. Thank you. 9/11, obviously, it impacted, I think everyone somehow, some ways, somewhat impacted from 9/11. And, going through my brother's experience and the tragedy that he experienced, being able to self-reflect on what I was doing at that moment and realizing that I had a passion for football really triggered this whole thing. And, in 2014, we were here in MetLife Stadium, won a Super Bowl with Seattle, and now to be here as part of the New York Jets and knowing that our first game is a day after the 20th anniversary. I mean, I'm supposed to be here, and I believe that. God does things for a reason, and I believe this is one of them. And I'm really, really excited to be here. And
cool story, Robert.
This journey with
no, honestly, really cool story about his brother. I didn't know about that. Right.
Our next question comes from Andy.
I have one for Robert and one for Christopher. I'll start with Robert. Joe and Christopher said when they started the interview process that they wanted to bring in someone who could coach the entire team. So how do you plan on doing that? And will you be handling defensive play calling?
I'm not going to be handling play calling duties on defense. Got the utmost respect and confidence in Jeff Albrecht to be able to do that.
Wow. All right.
I share the same thoughts as they do. I think the head coach and the message that is trying to be deployed to everybody. This is an organization
all right, that's
that
interesting.
has to work locked in arms and work together, and to ensure that the messaging and the way we want things done all the way across the board is there, and maintaining that connection throughout, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, business to football. Somehow, some way, everyone's got to find their connection to the player, and with the mindset that we're going to get these guys better every single day, and to be able to have that focus and ensure that the entire organization is moving in the direction that we want. I won't be calling plays. So
that's interesting. Though I didn't know if he was going to make that choice, but yeah.
And for Christopher, do you have any idea when Woody
will
be coming back? And can you elaborate on exactly what his role will be when he returns?
Sure. Actually, interestingly, perhaps he's on a plane right now coming back to the States. I think he lands in another few hours. When he is officially principal owner, we aren't exactly sure. That's something that has to run through the league. But he will be assuming his duties essentially as principal owner quite soon. He will be chairman. I'm going to be vice chairman.
All right, wow.
I'm going to be doing an awful lot of the day-to-day stuff. All the final decisions will be his.
So we're back to Woody Johnson running the team. Darn it!
I mean, I've loved being in this building.
Dag nabbit!
Especially.
I mean, Christopher's bad too. They're both bad, but all right. So we go back to Woody.
My involvement here. There's going to be a fair amount of continuity here. My brother and I work really well together.
Yeah, you both stink.
We enjoy each other's company. We think alike on
That's not a good thing. You think alike.
Find a good place to settle on. So I'm really looking forward to working with him.
Our next question comes from Zach.
Hey, Zach Rosenblatt from NJ.com. Just had a question for Robert. Jumping off what Andy asked, I know he asked you about defense. This offense last year, I'm sure you're well aware of the stats. They were in last place in a lot of categories. So I'm curious, like how involved do you plan on being on that side of the ball, and kind of what do you want the offense to look like in terms of philosophy and scheme and all that kind of stuff?
No, absolutely. So it's we're hiring Mike LaFleur as our offensive coordinator. So he's been everyone's familiar with the whole Shanahan system and what he's been able to create. Mike LaFleur has been with Kyle for I think he's going on 8 years now of professional football, which has been his entire career, and nobody in the world knows it better than he does. And so to be able to have him and to get John Benton along with us as run game coordinator, really excited about them being able to install the system and
I'm expecting a lot of running.
We all want to see
with the ball. That's my guess, but again,
movement, a lot of
no
help from
flow.
the quarterback, run, marrying with pass. There's going to be a clear identity of what we're trying to accomplish down in and down out on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, and special teams for that matter. And so, really excited about the vision that we have in place for the offensive side, and there's no one better in the world than the people that we've hired to be able to do that. So it's going to be an exciting time for this organization.
Chris Carlin, you have our next question.
This is for Robert. Robert, it's Chris Carlin from ESPN New York. I was talking to Fred Warner just a little while ago about your ability to connect with players. I'm just kind of wondering what your philosophy is when you're trying to build relationships with players and kind of get the most out of them. And also, he said you're an incredible storyteller in trying to get your point across. I'm wondering what, maybe your go-to is when you're first connecting with players on that front.
I don't know about the stories. No, you know what? I touched on it earlier. Players really want two things from a coach. I've always felt this way. That one, they want to know that you care about their well-being. Everyone says it's a business. I get it, but it's not. This is a personal investment to people, and the most important people are the ones who strap up on game day and step between the lines. And obviously, can you help them make plays on Sundays so they can get paid as much as possible? And that is the goal of every single coach and everybody who has some type of impact on the players or has a connection to the players. And that is going to be the goal of this entire organization, is to make sure we do everything we can to connect to their well-being and to help them make plays on Sunday so they can get paid as much as possible. And that's, when you look at the connection part with these players, there's an investment that has to be made. You got to sell everything you can. You got to give them everything you can. And when you do, like I said, the reciprocation happens, and when it does, it becomes personal. And that's all you can ask for, to get this to a personal level where everybody got everybody's back and everybody feels accountable to one another. And so, as far as the stories go, I got a lot of them, but one day maybe I'll be able to share a couple.
You can like him. I'm liking him so far.
We'll take a few more questions.
All right, yeah. I'm ready to wrap things up here.
Hi, Robert. Welcome to New York. Justin Walters, Pix 11 News. To be the first to do anything is a huge accomplishment. You're the first Muslim American head coach. I guess, A, what does this honor mean to you? And B, are you surprised more minority coaches haven't been hired in the league during this coaching cycle?
It's humbling. It is humbling when, because I wasn't even aware of it. And, especially back home where I'm from, Dearborn, Michigan. So there's a lot of pride, and so it is a very humbling experience. And when you look at NFL organizations and you look at the locker room, and it's like the ultimate melting pot of different people and different races and different stories that get together with one goal. And so
that is something I like about
part
sports.
of that is special and humbling. As far as diversity is concerned, I know the league has been doing their absolute best to ensure that,
and they've gotten nowhere with it.
Minorities are included within the leadership roles of every single
Colin Kaepernick.
And they keep putting their best foot forward with regards to getting it done. And
people aren't buying it,
even though the result may not be where the league might want it to be at this point, I know that the league is working tirelessly to do their best every single year, recreating rules and trying to really encourage that development. And so the league's going to get it right. There's no doubt in my mind, and I could see them working tirelessly.
It'll be after all of us are gone, but the league will eventually get it right.
Mike Vaccaro has our next question.
All right, Mike. I like Mike.
Hi, Robert. Mike Vaccaro from the New York Post. I'm curious. There's this perception that the Jets have a reputation across the league of a certain level of dysfunction. I'm curious what you discovered as you talked to the the folks who run the team, and if you think that perception and that reputation.
Of course he's going to say yes. Of course he's going to agree with the dysfunction.
Unfair, clearly. It's like I said earlier.
Totally fair.
There's a clear vision on what Christopher Johnson wants. There's a clear vision on what Joe Douglas wants. There's a clear vision on what Jaime wants. And together, that vision is very unified, and the communication that they were able to express throughout this entire interview process, it's clear. There's no there's no gray area. It's all black and white on exactly what they're looking for. And part of the entire going through the interview cycle, just listening to people talk, they're as authentic as anyone. And I'm really excited to be be a part of this thing, because it's
give it 5 years.
You get perception, and sometimes people think perception is reality, but it's furthest from the truth, and especially when you actually sit down and speak with each individual.
Dennis Young has our next question.
Hi, this is Dennis from the New York Daily News. This question is for Robert and for Joe. I'm sure you saw what happened with the Mets with Zach Porter this week.
Oh boy, we're getting on this. We're getting on this.
Due diligence process in place to prevent that type of thing with happening with your hires.
I think from our end, for anyone we bring in the building, I feel like we do a great job in terms of going through background check, social media scrubs. So I feel we have a great process in place.
Speak specifically to what you do. Do you make sure to speak to any women in this process?
I can't go into specifics, but I can tell you that we have a great process, and we have good people that handle that process.
Our last question comes from Andrew.
Andrew Rosario, New York Beacon. Congratulations, Robert. Welcome to New York. 2 questions. The first, over your years, who has influenced you the most in terms of your coaching style? And second, with the team having the number 2 draft pick, what kind of input will you give in order for the team to make a decision?
First question. First, obviously, I've had a lot of different people influence me throughout my life, from my parents and the way they raised me, to my brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, and all the different coaches, from Bobby Williams giving me my first opportunity, to John L. Smith moving me to the defensive side of the ball, to Brian Kelly, keeping me alive in the business. I can go on and on and on, but, my time in Seattle with Pete Carroll and Ken Norton Jr. and Rocky Seto, Chris Richard, Gus Bradley, Dan Quinn, those men, for a young 31-year-old with a 32-year-old, whatever I was, and having a wife with a young baby, for a man starving for knowledge and looking to grow, that was probably the best situation I could have possibly have been in. Identifying with myself, connecting with myself, and really creating my own personal identity. So to answer your question on who I'm going to be like, I'm going to be like me.
That's about as good of an answer as you can get.
When we were young assistants, was it's easy to pick from different people and try to emulate what different people are, but in moments of adversity, your true character will always reveal itself. And so the challenge was to identify with yourself and be who you are first, because when adversity hits, your authenticity will shine. And so to tell you who you're going to get me. And this entire organization and what we're going to try to get done is going to be designed to win championships. So, like I said, I'm excited now. And to your second part with regards to the draft, again, there's a lot of different moving parts between now and then, and there's going to be many conversations with Joe and his staff, and how things work, what we like for our scheme, and how they evaluate talent. And so there's a lot of different conversations that will take place between now and then. So to give you that answer would be a bit premature.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone. That concludes our...
That's it for now. We're going to speak here for another 5 minutes, just talking about everything that just happened there. Sounded pretty good. Sounded. I mean, if I'm gonna guess it, Jet fans, it looks like love that press conference. And if they did, good for them. He seems like solid leader, a good coach there. I mean, I think the biggest thing that came out of that interview, the biggest talking point, is the fact that he basically did not name Sam the starter. Well, two, that he did not name Sam the 2021 opening day starter. So it looks like Sam's career here in New York is definitely on the downside. Whether they draft a quarterback or not. He didn't get into specifics about what they're going to do going forward, but yeah, he said it's a couple days in, give him some more time, fair. But we'll see what they do there. And then the other big thing is that Woody Johnson will be returning to his old spot as the Jets owner, the Jets leader of the organization, taking over from Christopher. I don't like that because Woody was bad. Christopher was bad too. So yeah, I'm not really entirely confident about this hiring and the structure of the organization. They're also changing the organization structure. He will not be calling defensive plays. He'll have a play caller in for that. So a couple things there. Surprises there. But overall, again, solid play. Again, considering what Adam Gase was 4 years ago or 2 years ago, where people were just laughing at him and making fun of him and the stupid thing with the eyes and everything, and people just getting on him. And now you look at now, and again, Jet fans are much more united about this guy. They like this guy a lot more. They think he's a much better speaker, better motivational. So it seems like they have the right hire here. It seems like it. No guarantee yet, but it looks like they've gotten the right guy for the job. But we don't know it for sure. We'll have to wait here for the next couple of weeks to really determine that. But overall, again, I like this hiring by the Jets. I like it. Again, throughout the press conference, I liked it. But still a lot of questions. What's going to happen with Sam? Again, judging from that press conference, it looks like while Sam is talented, and that is what I think. Sam needs to go to another team and find his voice there. But look, this might be the end of Sam with the Jets. And this might be, the end of... I'm trying to think. And it's the end of Christopher Johnson being the owner. But yeah, there's still a lot of questions about Sam, quarterback position. Do they go after Watson? Deshaun Watson's name not mentioned. Where they go, how to improve the offensive coordinator, how they improve a bunch of the receiving core and everything on defense. So again, still a lot of questions left to be answered about this Jets team. But overall, first part of it, I like this opening press conference. Again, so much better than Gase. And let's hope he's a much better coach than Gase. I mean, you can't be much worse. Gase, outside of coach type, might be the worst coach in the history of the Jets. So you can't be much worse than Gase. If Saleh is worse than Gase, I'm throwing a fit. And I might never talk about the Jets again because I don't know how you can get worse than rock bottom. But we will see what the Jets do, and we'll see what Saleh does. But I'm willing to give him a clean start here. I'm not expecting the Jets to be good this year, but hopefully next year. If they can build this team right, maybe next year or the year after that, maybe they can get something here. But the Jets still have a long way to go, especially right now. Again, the biggest question being their quarterback position. What do they do? What do they do? What will they do? So I think that's it for now. Unless you guys have any questions or any comments. It looks like there's no comments there. But if you guys have a question or comment, then we'll go. If not, then we'll wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Not all of you. It seems like a lot of you dipped off. But it was good talking to some of you here about the Jets here. Thank you guys for watching this. We will be back maybe tonight. I think we have a show tonight. But I'm not 100% sure. But we might do something tonight. And definitely we'll be back on Sunday covering the conference championship games. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered everything here. Saleh's name is not trending on Twitter, which honestly is a good thing. I don't want his name trending because when Gase's name was trending on Twitter, people were talking about how awful he was. Man, so his brother was on the 61st floor of the South Tower on 9/11, and he was able to escape. God bless that man. So yeah. Yeah, from that quote, there's a lot of quotes. Yeah, from that comment, it looks like everybody's agreeing with me that this is the end of Sam. Yeah, that sounds like he's done, and honestly, I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's it. Rob, good to see you, man. Well, I think we'll wrap things up. Rob, good luck on Sunday with your Bills. Good luck with them. And I'll see you Sunday for that game. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys probably later tonight for the video there. Congrats to Robert Saleh as the head coach of the New York Jets. Good for him. God bless him. Hopefully he does a great job because, again, you can't be much worse than Gase. But hopefully we don't have a better than Gase. Let's hope that he's finally the coach that brings the Jets their first Super Bowl in over 50 years. We don't know, but it'll be fun to see. Either way, it'll be fun to watch whether or not they do well or not because they're the Jets. So, Rob, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later tonight probably. Take care.